私が恋人になれるわけないじゃん。無理無理。無理じゃなかった？
After the two lovebirds agreed to hang out once again for a gaming session, they find themselves on the way over to Reneko's place. As they're moving, Reneko thinks to herself how she's gotten much more comfortable around Mai. Oh? But who's this they see? Why if it isn't Reneko's mom? She also seems to be awestruck by the angelic beauty next to her daughter. In the only way Reneko knows how, she introduces her friend to her mom. Similarly, Mai also introduces herself in the only way she knows how, like the princess she is. Showing where Reneko got her personality from, her mom replies clumsily, unknowingly giving Mai her blessing. Renako reiteratus. Mai is a friend and she's just here to hang out. Continuing with her good manners, Mai apologizes for not being able to introduce herself when she visited previously. No biggie though, as Reneko's mom wasn't at home that time anyway. Whispering over to Reneko, she still can't believe her daughter's made friends with such a fair lady. Funnily enough, Reneko can't bring herself to fully explain, as Mai isn't technically her friend right now. Using her aura as usual, Mai declares how she and Renako have a really good relationship. A bit shaken, Renako excuses themselves and drags Mai inside her room to finally get started with play. Always with the manners, Mai asks for pardon properly.
As expected of your mother Renako, just as lovely as you are.
As long as you don't call her mother-in-law, please. A bit cranky, Reneko confronts Mai, unable to believe that she almost outed their relationship to her. Mai, though, feigns ignorance, saying she only said what was true. Perhaps maybe Reneko is the one who got the wrong idea. Well, to be fair, we did too. But now Reneko can be certain. Mai isn't acting as she was before.
Still, Reneko just wants to chill and play games.
Mai unexpectedly agrees. After all, she had lots of fun being her best friend. But with that being said, Mai is certain Renako will have even more fun being her lover. This makes Renako think Mai was just pretending to be nervous previously, but Mai admits she really was. Why isn't she nervous now? Well, Miss Perfect apparently gets the hang of things even after just trying out something once. That doesn't sound suspicious at all. Almost like it was on cue, Mai and Reneko finally sit with Mai suggesting a certain game. Instead of playing co-op together like before, they should try playing against each other. Despite being friends, Reneko still wants Mai to lose. Besties should be on equal footing after all, right? Even though it is against a noob, a win is a win. Suspiciously, Mai suggests adding a wager to their game. The winner can ask a favor from the loser, and it cannot be denied. Exactly the type of steamy game lovers play. Reneko's feeling the pressure, but she can't afford to lose now. Mai will only get stronger afterwards. The competitive energy also has Mai hot and bothered, reminded once again why Reneko is her chosen lover. Nevertheless, Reneko can't lose. I mean, Mai doesn't even know what the console is. They agree on a best of 5, with Mai jokingly stating she should only need to win once since she's a noob. But no quarter shall be given in warfare. Plus, she's lucky enough. Fine by Mai, though. Lovers are allowed to be selfish to each other after all. Just as Reneko was feeling confident, it all quickly passed just like a dream. A scary dream, that is, a loss for Reneko, 3 to 5. Coach, how in the world could this be? Mai was a beginner, wasn't she? Did she lie to gain an advantage? Well, of course not. No proper lady lies, especially to someone they love. Apparently, Mai bought a console on the way the previous time. She then practiced a bunch and wanted to surprise her lover. And surprised she is! How could Mai have gotten this good in one weekend? Beating a devout gamer, such as Renako? It wasn't any power fantasy, though. Mai simply practiced the essentials needed to beat Renako's style. Still, Mai is indeed Little Miss Perfect, and Reneko is defeated. Even with Reneko breaking down in despair, Mai is not one to forget the prize she was promised. Renako is still willing, of course, but she can't possibly do anything extreme.
Her mom is right downstairs.
Mai is sad, but life moves on. The wager was for sure there just to make the game last longer anyway. Yeah, Mai is pretty bummed out she can't ask for anything as risque as she hoped.
What exactly, you may ask? Well, nothing much.
Just a child or something or the other. Wait, what? Renako can't believe she could say that with a straight face. Did Maeve really want her to gamble her entire life and future in a video game? But either way, it isn't possible for two women in love, at least naturally. What matters is Renako's heart is racing. Less of love and more of fear, but still. Also, it was all a joke. Classic Mai shenanigans. When the time comes, Mai wants Renako to decide such things herself of her own volition. Yeah, Renako is still scared a bit. Anyway, back to Mai's demand, she's got a whole list too. Infinite, to be precise. But only one may prevail. And what did Mai choose to cash in?
I want to hug Renako.
Pretty simple wish. All the more suspicious for Renako. Mai sniffs her suspicions, threatening her with an even better time. Any boobies, perhaps? But no, Renako quickly realizes a hug is already a somewhat safe choice. Having successfully gaslit her, Mai proceeds to talk about the romantic side found in doing acts on reluctant lovers. What in the world? Hearing enough of her yapping, Renako opens up her arms. One last thank you, and Mai goes in for the hug, getting all up in there. Calling out her name out loud, Mai repeatedly declares her love. It's getting a bit weird. But Mai is serious. She truly loves Renako with all her heart. Renako is reddening up even more. Isn't this lasting a bit long? Renako squeaks out.
No.
Mai declares while hugging even tighter. After all this, Renako is finally pushed to ask the question. Is it true? Does Mai truly love her? The question causes Mai to jolt away, still holding her by her shoulders. And with a seriously puzzled face that she's never shown before, she cries out,
You're seriously asking that after all this time?
Poor Renako's mom, completely oblivious to the hardships her daughter is facing.
私が恋人になれるわけないじゃん。無理無理。無理じゃなかった。
Sometime after the devastating Mai hug, Renako is still in a gloomy state, spacing off in school about how she couldn't handle that level of affection. As it happens, the comforting angel Ajisai is right next to her, worried about how she's doing. Rightfully so too, since now, even this small gesture has Renako paranoid if she's actually part of a harem manga. It's a sad situation, really, and it's all because of Mai Otsuka. Yes, it's not at all Renako's fault. As she's deep in despair, Ajisai takes the opportunity to take her hand, commenting on how cold it is. In all her angelic aura, she tells Renako how her cold hands are just proof of how she's thinking of something bad. But while comforting, all this doesn't help Renako's delusions of being loved by anyone and everyone. Ajisai just likes to touch people though, so I'm sure it's fine. Speaking of touching, Renako had been thinking about asking Ajisai out on a girl date. But of course, her anxiety has her paranoid about her chances. It's fine though, since Ajisai isn't her OTP in this manga. Why are her hands getting colder? Just as Renako was being saddened by her chances with a harem, the one and only girl for her enters the classroom. Just in time too to see Ajisai getting all up over Renako's hands. But as Renako realizes this, she stands up in a hurry and gets away from Ajisai. She even runs past Mai, unable to make eye contact, symbolizing her lack of awareness that Mai is her friend, not her lover, as shown by her rocking a ponytail. How could I be holding another girl's hand when I have Mai? She thinks to herself, while at the same time reflecting on how Mai is having way too much influence over her school life, even though it's all on her. So here we are with Renako meeting up with Mai, face to face. In classic Mai fashion, she asks if they can kiss now, to which Renako responds with a stern no. They are friends right now, after all. Nearby in the same room, others look over in awe of Mai Otsuka being in the same place they're at. Classic anxiety moment, Renako gets paralyzed by the negative thoughts of what they could possibly be saying in relation to her being near the great Mai. No, I'm not the same girl I was back then, Renako declares to herself, while also reminding herself how she literally has a girlfriend. All this doesn't go unnoticed, as Mai asks Renako what's bothering her, especially since Renako literally has her hands over her own face. Nothing to worry about though, just a girl who's lost her pride and was acting like a fool. Speaking of fool, Renako wasted so much time worrying, she missed the perfect chance to talk to Mai about her worries. Reduced to grumbling to herself, she now reminds herself that Mai is just a friend. Things are indeed getting confusing. Anyway, now wearing a serious face, she pulls out paper from her bag, telling Mai how she's arranged an activity for them to do. Sliding the paper over, she reveals that she wanted to ask Mai what things she wants from a lover. Finally, Renako has taken an interest and wants to learn more about Mai. Not having the energy to correct her, Renako goes with the flow, probably needing an actual brain scan to figure Mai out. While Mai writes her wants as lovers, Renako will also be listing down her own wants as friends. Afterwards, they would both read each other's list. As expected, Mai doesn't mind following along with Renako, but she also needs more paper to write down her infinite lewd desires. Renako isn't too shaken though. In fact, she thought Mai would even use some loophole trickery and not write anything. But as she is Mai Otsuka, there's no one in this world she can't make happy with or without trickery. Mai is confident in his relationship with Renako, which Renako finds hard to believe, considering how stunned she was during the last scene of the previous chapter. Unfazed as usual, Mai ignores Renako's words and pushes the activity along, much to the cute frustration of Renako. Earth to world-famous Mai Otsuka? Is Little Miss Perfect in there? Renako can only scream to the abyss to no avail. Mai is unflappable. Back to the matter at hand, Renako gives a thing to what she actually wants to do with Mai as friends. I guess there are always video games. Oh, and she even thought about going to the anime version of Disneyland. That would be a fun trip indeed. While Renako was thinking of mouse-themed amusement parks, Mai was actually pretty locked in writing her own list. Once again, Renako is taken aback by how serious Mai is about her love for her. Renako can't even deny that it makes her even just a little bit happy. Curious about the level of cinema Mai's delusions are, Renako couldn't help but ask Mai for a peek at her sheet. Not about to deny her lover, Mai surrenders the paper quite easily. Blushing at the act of seeing Mai's desires surrounding her, Renako reads the sheet and, in a twist that's kind of expected, she sees one of the most down-bad lists ever made. The words of utter thirst make Renako shout out in wonder about the state of her friend's mind. And, almost as if proving a point, Mai fails to see the degeneracy of her desires. She even sincerely thinks that the list may have turned her lover on, to Renako's usual dismay. All this thirst coming from Mai rightfully makes Renako think she's just after her body this whole time. Mai, though, is just being honest as she said. And the soul-crushing fact is, if she were just after Renako's body, Mai would have plenty of other options to choose from. Renako defends herself by stating how she's an E-cup, which is hard to believe. All this noise doesn't matter though, as Mai really just wants to touch the body of the one she loves, to be in union with Renako, body and soul. But Renako still can't believe that's all she wrote about. It makes her think that Mai's desire to date her, another girl, is all because of some desire to do lewd things like this. Since Mai is so popular, she must have gotten bored of boys and just wants to try her hand with girls. This makes Mai a bit sad though. As she mentioned back in Chapter 1, she does feel alienated among her peers. Just because she lives a social life doesn't mean she can fit in anywhere. This touching conversations got Renako on her toes. She was just worried when they hugged a chapter ago, feeling Mai's feelings seeping into her. How can she respond if Mai was truly in love with her? And just like that, the truth of their little game has surfaced. All of a sudden, Mai extends her hand. Renako is confused by the sudden desire for a handshake, but Mai persists. Glancing around to check if there will be any witnesses to their sin, Renako finally moves over and slips her hand on top of Mai's. Mai squeezes. In contrast to when she held Ajisai's hand back at the start of this chapter, Mai's touch feels completely different. Repeating her earlier words, Mai states once again that she simply wants to touch the girl she likes. May it be with a girl or boy. Physical connection with her lover is what a lover's relationship means to Mai. And so Mai is ready, however far they may take it. With googly eyes, Renako can only ask if it's even possible between two girls. Mai is, of course, happy to show Renako the possibilities, if only they share a night together. Understandably, Renako isn't ready for this high-level challenge and retorts that best friends wouldn't be caught dead in such an act. With their touch still connected, Renako's sweating hands are also unable to escape Mai's notice. But no biggie, it's just cold sweat from Renako's realization that she's just a little piggy about to be gobbled up by the wolf that is Mai. This whole shebang has reminded Renako about how much of an alpha Mai truly is. An extrovert of extroverts and a model with foreign blood to boot. It's just in her nature to have such a voracious sexual appetite, right? Pressured by the moment, Renako pulls out an impromptu plan for the weekend. A fine opportunity for her to show Mai the beauty of non-lewd friendship. They totally won't do anything from Mai's list, they'll just have plenty of fun as friends. A truly wonderful time. Yes, that's all Renako can do in the face of such iron-willed insanity. Places to go to, things to do. Renako isn't messing around anymore. With aura radiating out of her, Renako starts listing out ideas for their next critical date. Renako does not want a Yuri relationship with such a high-value lover. She just wants a friend with an appropriate distance and an opportunity to support each other during hard times. And it's done. Now, if only the weather is agreeable when the time comes. Oh, shucks.
私が恋人になれるわけないじゃん。無理無理。無理じゃなかった。
The day of the date between friends has come, and now it's just half a month before the end of Renako and Mai's little wager. Somehow, even the weather seems to be on Renako's side. And who wouldn't be with her looking this fabulously cute? Glowing with confidence, Renako usually wouldn't go any further than Shinjuku. But today, nothing can bring her down. Today is not just another date. This very ground will mark where the tone of her next 3 years of high school life will be decided. Gosh darn, Mai looks beautiful. How will Renako manage this friends and lovers play this time? Renako reveals the reason for her high fashion look is all thanks to her sister. Makes sense then how a low social peon like herself was able to dress up so cutely. From among crowd, Renako spots her. Mai Otsuka herself sporting an elegantly gorgeous outfit. Renako looks in awe as Mai looks like a proper friend, free of any obvious sex appeal this time. Mai finally catches sight of her one and only, turning her stoic face into a bright smile as she greets Renako.
Weather is pretty good for June, isn't it? Just as perfect as me.
Ha ha, yeah, I'm glad it's sunny. I guess you're just a magnet for hotness. With that, Mai reminds us again of her deity level of luck. Good weather is not all she controls. Even storms may bend to her will, much to Renako's disbelief. Continuing on with her glowing confidence, she lets Mai know about the great schedule she has planned and thanks her for making such an out-of-the-way trip. Speaking of, here they are, in Odaiba, a place that Mai had said she hasn't been to much. The fact that Mai doesn't hang around far from home surprises Renako. Why Mai doesn't, though, is even more shocking. Apparently, she doesn't have any other friends to hang out with on weekends such as this. How's that possible with so many people surrounding her every day? Well, there's time for people from school and people from work. Times like these, though, it's for people she really wants to be around. Renako can kinda see that reasoning, even through her more mundane set of eyes. I mean, even this moment is still a bit hard to believe. Walking around Odaiba with such an extraordinary girl in Mai. And that very thought actually has Renako feeling grateful to have the beauty all to herself. Mai isn't one to miss out on her lover's smile, though, curious as to what brought it on. She then playfully teases Renako that it's because of their little date together. But, contrary to past moments of teasing, Renako wholeheartedly accepts this moment as a happy one. Such a bright smile catches even Mai off guard, forcing her to admit how glorious the conversation they just shared was. As Mai is puzzled by how great things are going, Renako notices something amiss with their surroundings. Everyone is staring right at them. Guys and gals alike. Renako reports this to her buddy, Mai, who mentions how she's approached quite often when she walks alone. It's a worse problem than one would think too, forcing Mai to avoid crowded places altogether. All this got Renako curious though as to how Mai thinks about her own body. Nevertheless, Mai has fast legs and an athletic body on top of everything aesthetic. She's a picture-perfect dame that would have moved kingdoms. But that's neither here nor there as the inquiry hands Mai a perfect opportunity for teasing.
You seem to be really attracted to my appearance now, am I right? I'm glad.
This time, Renako takes full mental damage as her Yuriness is exposed. To defend herself, Renako simply says that there isn't a man or woman alive, Who wouldn't like her with such a perfectly sculpted face? A common compliment for Mai. But all that matters for her is pleasing the one person she really likes. Renako was the one who saved her from her cage of loneliness, like a knight in some fairy tale. But Renako is also having just about enough of all this sappy rom-com talk. In her eyes, Mai would surely meet many others in her life, moving forward, who would do the same as she did. Almost in cue, a man approaches Mai, aiming to pick her up as Renako can only watch bitterly. She quickly refuses, saying she's with a friend, and Renako herself adamantly grabs Mai's arm, leading her away from the ravenous wolves. Renako is mad, telling Mai she shouldn't reply to every stinking man who approaches her, as it'll never end. Mai understands, but can't do much about it as she's a public figure. It's an alien life to Renako, having to keep up with one's public image, unable to ignore anyone. This provides a good opportunity for Mai's best friend, though, with Renako gleefully declaring that she'll be the one to protect her. It's what friends do, after all. But despite the energy, it's a bit hard to believe. Renako holds on to the last remnants of her chivalry, trying to reassure Mai, who just so happens to be stifling a laugh. Is it finally Mai's chance to be a damsel in distress? No. That's just what friends are all about. And so, Renako is once again bothered by having to declare her friendship, and Mai is none the wiser, enjoying her time with her lover. Speaking of, it's time for them to finally get their friend date going with some video game fun in the form of hip and new VR. Renako is excited to find out Mai has yet to try out the technology, but is just as excited to see her reaction to the great experience. The gamer hype Renako is showing gets a laugh out of Mai. Renako is serious, though, unable to hide her desire to see Mai crumble and beg. Mai has belief in her own talents as always, not sold on the magic of VR just yet. Nonetheless, the competitiveness of the challenge has Mai interested. Ever since she was little, Mai has been exposed to operas and concerts, so she's no doubt gonna have a good eye for anything to do with entertainment. Sounds like a stretch, but all the better for Renako's expectations. Now, VR is actually quite a pricey adventure. Thankfully, Mai is here to alleviate any concept of worry regarding money. Before heading in, Renako asks Mai if there's anything specific she wants to try. But as expected, she doesn't have any ideas and leaves it to Renako. In her natural habitat, Renako is glowing with excitement and heroically leads Mai to the depths of VR. And what a depth it will be, as Mai has no idea what awaits her as she puts on the headset. From skiing in the snowy mountains, to hitting balls in a stadium, to facing horrific monsters and even saving full-on villages, the VR experience was truly vast and immersive. Mai agrees too, unable to believe that Renako held on to such a secret experience all to herself. No time to fret about the past, though, as the VR present is in full force right now. There are many more games to try out and worlds to enter after all. Sometime later, they end up resting in a cafe nearby. Now, Renako can only slump in exhaustion as Mai feels her cheeks hurting. Here, have some grapefruit juice to recharge some energy, Renako. In a not-too-surprising revelation, Mai shares how she didn't really get why they went so far just to play some games. But after such a fun day of VR fun, she was happy to be proven wrong. Renako is glad to hear this, as you'd expect. And Mai pushes it further by saying even getting a VR headset at home would have still been a lesser experience. Sure, the logistics of setting up another date like this would be tough, but sharing these moments with a friend proved splendid. All this, of course, was music to Renako's ears. She's glad that Mai is finally seeing her side of things. But just as quickly, Mai questions why they couldn't experience the same fun as lovers instead of friends. The loss of progress has Renako sighing long and loud. Renako then lets out her reasoning that, as lovers, you'd end up being too mindful of your partner, constantly grinding to be the apple of their eye and walking on eggshells to make sure you aren't disliked. It's a pretty stressful hypothetical. And yes, a hypothetical is all it is, as Mai asks if that's actually how she felt before as lovers. Mai still doesn't buy it though, particularly because Renako is just an inexperienced friend lover to begin with. Nevertheless, Renako simply goes back to reiterate. The simple fact is, Mai enjoyed herself today, and that might not have been possible if they were lovers. And to that, Mai can only say that she's probably right. Renako is glad, as she once again takes the hand of her obedient friend and tells her they can check out more things. But as Mai looks at the joyful Renako, something finally clicks inside her. she finally starts to truly understand what being friends means to Renako. For a moment, Mai isn't sure if she should continue on with her train of thought. But after Renako prods for just a little bit, Mai starts opening up about how the little game they've been playing, of being friends and lovers, might have been an important step to truly understanding one another. They use the same words, but the meaning behind them has been different all along. Naturally, Renako is confused at what wisdom Mai is spouting, inevitably asking if Mai is playing around with her right now. But of course, she never does. Just as being friends means the world to Renako, Mai wants to show her how much being lovers means to herself. This realization meant a lot to Mai, and because of this, Renako's gotta watch out for a return gift coming back to her. Whatever it is, Renako just hopes it won't be an entire mouse-related theme park. A different perception of money is the finisher of friendships after all. As the two continue the date, looking at cute kitten goods, Renako contemplates how effective today has been in showing Mai the power of friendship. But with Mai holding the world's tiniest kitten, it was just a really fun day overall. That is, until some wet misfortune finally struck. How could the weather hate Renako this much during such a good day? To the misfortune of all Odaiba enjoyers, it isn't just a simple rain either. It's a darn typhoon. In the midst of despair, Mai reaches out to dab away at some of the wetness of Renako. With this, Renako suddenly gets embarrassed at the care Mai is giving her. She should spend the time drying herself if she can. Yet therein lies the problem. The handkerchief Mai is using is far from enough to dry both of them. Also, they can't exactly ride the train being this wet. Should they go back to the plaza and buy some towels? As Renako is suggesting this, Mai lets out a sneeze. Obviously, the sneeze gets Renako worried, making her go harder in telling Mai to dry up. But as she does, she herself sees a sight that would make drying up even more of a challenge: a soaking wet Mai. The sight has Renako casting guard since her top is now see-through, and no one but Renako can gaze at such a godly treasure. With Mai feeling a bit cold because of all this, she asks for a moment to make a phone call. This surprises Renako, but she goes along with it. Who could Mai be calling? A taxi? Well, not quite. She's simply calling her mama, letting her know she's been caught in the rain. Renako is also a bit amused at how Mai calls her mother mama, finding it suits her. But even at the prospect of someone coming to get them, Renako is worried about leaving Mai in her current drenched state. Renako getting a cold herself is fine, but her friend getting one is another story. So Renako looks around looking for a shop to get a towel from. Just as she starts looking, though, Mai calls to her, asking if she would follow her for a moment. Taking a look, Mai seems pretty serious, which is strange considering they've been following each other around the whole day. Renako is flabbergasted. Nonetheless, she trusts Mai and asks her where to. Does this mean Mai intends Renako to go home alone afterwards? Mai moves her finger up and slowly reveals to Renako what she has in mind.
Let's go to the hotel.
Something tells me Renako's dream of friendship and chastity is all about to come to a spicy end.
私が恋人になれるわけないじゃん。無理無理。無理じゃなかった。
Did that leave you hanging? Check out our other works here, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.